What's going on, guys? Welcome back to episode 14. Picking up where we left off at the end of the last episode, we were able to knock out the crew chest at night. Now, we went down there a few times, and we were about out of time. However, luckily, we were able to take him out with about 30 seconds left in the episode. So, to that end, obviously, we did not have time to go over his boss remembrance or anything else. So, the first thing we'll be doing this episode is just jumping right on over to the round table hole. This one's really worth the mention. So, Strength Arcane, you get a nice, juicy weapon here. Probably the best Strength Arcane weapon. And then on top of that, Faith Int, you get one of the best spells. So there you go. So two choices. Vortex of Putrescence launches a roll of Putrescent Jets, but didn't really say, this is going to do Frostbite. Those are those waves of Frostbite he was throwing through that we were, kind of struggling to deal with. 32 Int, 26 Faith, super good, very, very powerful. Then aside from that, you have the Putrescence Cleaver, Strength, you get a little bit of dex scaling, I guess, but Strength Arcane is, the way to go with this. So physical, magical, and frostbite build up at 55. So like I said, Putrescence is frostbite. Most things don't tell you that. It's something you just kind of learn on your own. However, that's exactly what it is. So now that we have that caught up, you guys have made your choice, ready to move on. So before we leave this area, there's actually more happening after the boss. So what we're going to have to do is jump on over to the wrong side of Grace, apparently, because this is not where we want to go. Or did I even grab it? Fissure Depths. So down here, once you discover this area, you will be able to get into St. Trina, and then... Oh, was I in the right place? No, because that's the cross. Fissure Waypoint, Swirling Coast Cross. I always get confused of where this one is. Stone Coffin Fissure. I guess we'll just go... Yeah, that's got to be the closest one. We probably never grabbed this side of Grace at the boss because we were out of time, so maybe that's what it is. But either way, once we discover this area, we're going to get into Teolia and St. Trina's questline. So that is going to be what we're doing in this episode. Might be a shorter one, as I want to kind of keep that together. There are going to be multiple steps, invasions and things like that we got to get into. But, we'll go ahead and get all that covered, so we will be able to move on. I was like, what if now that the boss is dead, that fall kills us? Wouldn't that be wild? That'd be fucked up. Is it would be locked out of all this shit. So this is pretty neat. For one, it's a very obscure hidden quest line, which I always enjoy. But on top of that, it actually gets you a really rare talisman that boosts your damage in the vicinity of sleep. So it's super rare, super cool. So when you go on down, you are going to need to discover St. Trina. We're not going to interact, but we do want to discover this area. And this is St. Trina right here. Now, this character model is actually pretty impressive. She's kind of like melding together. She's in there somewhere, but, oh, no, there's her face. Yep, it's hard to see. So her face is, like, right there being held. She's just, like, in a bad way ever since, that she was abandoned by Mikla. Remember, this is Mikla's other half, so kind of, like, rotting and falling apart. So now that we have discovered the deep purple, we're going to go over here and talk to Chilier.
I'm feeling rather St. Trina.
Oh, we don't even have the dialogue option, which we should. Maybe we gotta rest. It could be after we interact with St. Trina, so we'll have to see.
I had something I wish to tell you.
Yeah, there it is, the rest.
I'm heading south. I've recalled something that Sir Moore said. He discovered deep purple water lilies blooming on the southern shore. That must be where St. Trina was left to wither away. I'm heading south, to the shore.
Alright, so now that we have that done, Garden of Deep Purple. So this is actually pretty wild. On a blind playthrough when the DLC first came out, figuring these things out for yourself, it's crazy. So anytime you interact with St. Trina, what's going to happen is you're going to drink her nectar, and it kills you over and over and over. And if you remember, you got the concoction from Cholier. For one, it's from him, and he worships St. Trina, and it's supposed to coax even the oldest dragons to sleep. So I thought we were supposed to use that here my first time. So, definitely fucked that up. But, it's weird because you're trying to piece this together. But what happens is St. Trina is going to give you nectar. Every time you drink it, you have to die. And what happens is you just have to do it so many fucking times that it eventually works and you start getting cutscenes and stuff. So over here, you get your cookbook for sleep stuff. A lot of these more rare craftings, you guys just kind of run around and pick it all up if you want to. Because like I said, it's only certain places throughout the world. But pretty much Chilier thinks he's the only special one that will people to see Saint Trina, and he keeps poisoning himself and dying over and over and over, trying to see Saint Trina again. So we say that we, see her, and she gives us a message. And when we tell him, he thinks we're making it up, and that he's the only one special enough to talk to Saint Trina. So we'll get into that. But all you're really gonna do is over and over and over is imbibe nectar, and you're gonna get killed. And you have to run back. You got to do this multiple times. Now this is actually pretty important. So we'll let the whole thing play out as far as the cutscenes and stuff. Now, once you do this, I think it's altogether like 5 times. Once you do it 2 or 3 times, you'll get the first little cutscene of dialogue, and then you just kind of let Tilly know what was said. But he thinks you're, lying to him, and you're being a spiteful little shit. So, you'll kind of see it play out. But that's what's really going on here. So about nectar. I think she talks to you the first time after 3 deaths, but to get all of the cutscenes, it's 5. And you have to do all of them to actually get the important lore and story details, but also the items that you're going to get as rewards. It seems to me like this is where we would have got Saint Trina's sword. It's almost a disappointment, even though you get it earlier. It would have been cool as a reward from this quest, since it is obscure, and most people are going to miss it anyways. Better be tied to an obscure quest line. Now, I don't like to be fucking around with 250,000 souls here, because if you forget to pick them up, you're going to lose them. With that being said, we don't have enough for a level. This should be our cutscene here. Nope. Is it the next one? It takes a while. We might have to interact with Tioli on the way, even though we haven't got the dialogue from Saint Trina.
Oh, you mustn't follow my St. Trina's
This poison only plunges you into eternal slumber. I must be me, and only me. You see what I'm saying? So he thinks he's special, and he's not. Hope it doesn't make us do the whole thing again. No, this is the cutscene here. Okay. So you can kind of tell it's slowly fading to black.
Mikhail, stop. Don't turn the poor thing into a god.
And there's your first. So this was part of Mikula, and it's almost like his inner self, even his more innocent part. I would take it. Saint Trina seems to be the sweet side of him, I guess. She's begging with you to essentially kill Mikula, because if he becomes a god, he'll be shackled forever, right? So
I am
be left
gone,
forever.
so that I let me be.
She thinks that'll be eternal torture. So pass on Saint Trina's words.
Not to lie to me. I am the chosen, not you. Only I can doze off in the sea of St. Trina. Why would you hear her voice if you should utter these cruel untruths to me again?
I won't be responsible for my actions. So he's threatening us. Try to pass on St. Trina's words again.
I cannot believe your cheat, and I will stand for it no longer. I will never. I will never.
All right. So we're going to go interact again. Now, this time when we try to come back, we should be getting invaded by Gildia. Like I said, he thinks he's fucking special. He's just a whiny little sissy boy. I mean, he even told us that he's weak as a kitten and thick as 2 planks. So, like, what's he going to do to us, But he's just so desperate when it comes to St. Trina. He's a worshiper. He's, like, in love with her. Literally, worships her. And so he can't live with the fact that she talked to someone else instead of him.
Altered would be Mikhaila's prison. A caged divinity is beyond saving.
Alright, now you got at least one more cutscene because St. Trina is actually going to beg you to kill Mikula, kill her other half, right? So here's the invasion. Now our runes are just past us, so we can't get killed here, hopefully. I mean, the dude's a bitch, let's be honest. If you get killed by him, you probably deserved it. He's gonna be using poison, is what he is. You know, he's like a woman that way. It's a weapon of choice. You can kind of just toy with him. He's not, you know, not super serious.
Such strength for what?
And there you go, St. Trina's smile. So this is a talisman that will boost your damage in the vicinity of sleep. So remember, you don't even have to be doing a sleep build. Obviously, that gets the best of it, but if you're doing a sleep zone, that's going to boost your damage, right? And buy it again. And this will be your third and final.
You must kill Mikula. Grant him forgiveness.
Alright, with that, you have wrapped up not only TLA's questline, but also St. Trina's, which most people would probably miss if they didn't know. I'm not saying they wouldn't find her. You'd probably find her if you did enough exploration. The fact of the matter is you would, you know, have to figure this out, and it is a bit tedious. So I was able to do it my second playthrough. I didn't know. I mean, I got this on my first playthrough. I fucked around with it and fucked around with it. But the problem was I wasted Chili's concoction, so I fucked up the Dragon Lady's quest line. So I used the wrong quest line here because I thought it all
I
related,
was no good to anyone.
beginning
Weak
to
as a
end.
kitten.
Take
I
us 2
suppose
plates, blah blah blah. So he's just gonna sit here and die off. Pass on St. Trina's words.
Could it please?
So he finally accepts it and then just like begs her, let me hear your voice one last time.
St. Trina in my in my
And if you guys really, really want to like wrap it up, you'd quit out, load back in, and he would just like moan and die off. Now, with completing this quest line, the good news is you'll be able to summon him for the main boss of the whole DLC, the final boss. And he does do poison, which is going to do damage over time, and probably what is widely considered to be the hardest fight From Software has ever came up with. You know, it's really hard. So having him doing poison over time is not the worst idea. He will not be here if you do not figure his quest, so that wraps that up in full. So either way, I thought this would take us a bit longer. I did want to put this in its own episode because we also have raw base. Now we're only 15 minutes in, so we'll probably go ahead and do both. Looking at my notes as far as the quests go, everything else cannot be done just yet. Like him with the finger ruins, we can't do until we get access to the hinterlands, or at least it's just not really worth it. We could go and get access to Shadowkeep for later and put that here. Like go ahead and clear out this camp because I want to put raw base all together. Let's go and do that, guys. Let's jump back to High Road Cross. And we're not going to take this super far. But when we do Shadowkeep, that'll give us the whole episode just for that area, which would be better than having to clear out a camp. And I do believe now we could probably go and get a level. That's 25,000. It's like 275, so it's gotta be close. 274. Yeah. What the fuck? 284? Brother. Maybe if we pop every single one, still might be short. Why did I just pop one of those? No, we'll have enough. It'll be close. We'll have enough. I keep doing that shit, bro. I keep doing that shit. What is wrong with me? Let's take your time here. Okay, 7 of 7. We're gonna pop. Sorry, guys. Just bear with me. Bear with me a little bit. 156. So 4 more. My goal at the end, obviously, I'd like to get this higher. Like, when I don't really care to use some of the weapons I need strength for, I'll probably take all that out so I can get dex to 70. I like dex 70, faith 60 for spells and scaling, of course. I want to hit 60 and 30 here. So, what are we looking at? 5, looking at 9 levels. 19 levels. But when I respec all that, we'll be fine. I'm only keeping the 22 strength, to use that great sword in case we feel like we need to. So to that end, going up ahead, all we're going to be doing is going to clear this camp. Now the Great Rune is broken. We can easily do this. We'll clear this out in full, get you guys some Ashes of War for perfume bottles, some good cookbooks. Then we're going to get on into Shadow Keep because there is a boss that's blocking the path and probably just get you guys the first solid side of grace. Give us a really good stopping point because we have extra time in the episode. Like I said, St. Trina is very, very tedious. And as I mentioned, I did the notes for the series about 2 weeks ago. I thought it took longer, so I want to make sure Raw Base has its own episode. There's some pretty important stuff going on there. So there's going to be a furnace going, guys. There's going to be a furnace going. Hopefully, we don't actually trigger him just yet. Stagger. Oh well, that works too. I like to try to go through here. The fact of the matter is what I was saying, is he might help clear out the whole camp. You could actually use him. And if you use him, he's going to stomp and break up all these tents. Kill a lot of the guys. There's a ledge over there to the, right behind you. That if you lure him over, you can use the pots to take him out. But this works too. That's why I got Mimic. It's 2 of us each on. Remember, you jump with both feet and running away. Now Mimic is not smart enough to jump his attacks, so he's not going to be doing too much for us. But he should let us, help get us that first stagger. That's the, I think that's the second pop already, guys. Oh, jeez. Yeah, bastard. I remember that punch. For it. We lived. Did I speak too soon? I may have spoken too soon. Not going to be with us much longer, guys. Alright, so that's our stagger. Good news is, since he stays down so fucking long, because he does, man, he stays down for a long fucking time. It gives him plenty of time to really boost my damage with critical hits. Change our talisman, throw up my resolve, then we can get back to it. And I'm curious if using other stuff that'll help to break his stance. You know what? I forgot those stone barbs. Stone barbs do very well for breaking stagger, especially on these more tedious endeavors. Like guys like this. No, yeah, that doesn't work. You dive right into it. Oh, you're not a heal. Yeah, nope, I lived. Okay. I wasn't sure if I timed that right. Okay. You see what I'm saying? So I call that out at the very start of the service. So eventually you get to a point where you don't have to stagger them twice. Like you're gonna stagger him once, and then before you stagger him the second time, you'll probably just end up killing him. Which didn't entirely go like that, but we're pretty close to that point because I don't think they were really getting any more help. So what we're gonna do with him down, we're just sticking to the left-hand side, guys. We're looking for a very in particular tent. A very specific tent. A drawstring mesmer fire grease. We do have a few stragglers. Stragglers do not get left behind. Alright, no one else. And yes, we do have the right side. We'll get to it. Right side's like your acid board, you know, all that other stuff we're going to want. First, it's, you know, get this side done. You can actually get a really nice cookbook here. Check this shit out. Golden Vow. I've been holding on to this because I didn't want to spoil it. So, for everyone that likes Golden Vow, let's say you're doing like quality builds or you've been doing like a strength build and you've really only been putting faith in 25 because of the fact that you want to use the Golden Vow buff. Well, Golden Vow is now a consumable stat. So if you only have levels for that reason, respect, put them back in your physical stats. You can now craft as much Golden Vow as the consumable that you want. And I can't think of much better than that. I mean, that's big. And I would have ran here to get that earlier because I find that to be very powerful, of course. But we would have broke the Great Rune and we would have fucked up Quest. You know what I mean? Like, there's always going to be a method to my madness. But, I mean, you know, you got it for the back half of the DLC. And things are going to pick up. So just to kind of go up here and, you know, clear a few things. As you see, there's just not much happening, right? At least at this portion. So what we're going to do is go on over here. And this is the rest of the camp. This is actually pretty easy to miss, if you ask me. It's kind of uphill, and it's really easy to go. No, you do not, sir. Yeah, we're getting a lot of drops from these guys now. Definitely a little bit more than we were before. That's for sure. I swear I heard one behind us. I love that Asher Board too, because if you notice, it's not something OP, it just adds to the moveset. That's all it's doing, you know? Oh god. You're gonna hit me, you're gonna hit me, you're gonna hit me. Yep. Yeah, you got that small window with the guard counter with these guys. It's not big at all. Because that other, you know, that other shoe's about to drop on you. Thank you. Where is he? Come here, big boy. Usually with that spell, you're kind of ducking their heads. Thank you. Alright, Black Steel Twin Blade. So, I cannot tell you if that's a guaranteed drop, but I am quite certain it is. I've gotten it consistently 3 times in a row, and that is the only way I know to get it. Like I said, I'm pretty certain this is guaranteed, and it's the only way you could possibly get that. You're not going to find it anywhere in the world. And I farmed these guys over and over for their armor. I've never gotten it to drop. I've only got it from this one very, very specific enemy. So with that being said, to show it off, it is a Twin Blade. But this Twin Blade is built a little bit different. So for one, it actually has Holy built in, which is really, really dope. What the fuck are Twin Blades at, guys? There we go. So DDD actually goes with the build we originally had in the walkthrough, which was your, Quality Faith, which we can go back to. But obviously we got the same movesets, but you got that built-in Holy. Charged Heavy is a little bit different. Notice that ended in a thrust both times. Then your Asher Board. Kind of adds to the moveset a bit. So I like that. I mean, it's Spinning Slash, but Spinning Slash on a fucking pole blade's a bit different than a halberd. So, I mean, I like it. It's unique, and I for me, Unique weapons are always cool, even if I'm never gonna fucking use them as engineers. I like to have them because you can't get them nowhere else. So with that, we can go on down. You got one more little camp right here. Like I said, don't hold me to that, but I am, 100% certain, like 100% certain that that is a guaranteed drop. Because it's the only place I've ever gotten. Always from that very, very specific enemy. Like I said, I farmed up these guys because I wanted the chest piece. I actually still want it for this playthrough too. It's a really nice armor set. It's like a better armor set than the black set we were wearing. But it's just I could never get any of. I got the armor, but I've never got that weapon drop anywhere else. Never, 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 never. So now that we have all this cleared and full, we'll be jumping on over to the right hand side. There's a little bit, a few little loose loops on the way up, but essentially what we're doing is just working our way over here to the right hand side. So all the way back here, there's a few dead furnace golems, and there's actually a little bit of lore and a note here that's going to lead to a very, very hidden secret in the DLC. So we'll cover this as we clearly check out. It's very important. It's going to lead to a very unique and rare strength weapon. We've talked about the altars of light and dark from the stone sheep sword you got in the fog grove catacombs, right? But we haven't actually found any yet. Well, you're not far from your first. It is coming up. That note references it. It pretty much tells you keep furnace pots away from the furnace golems that have been killed because it will actually bring them to life. Now, you essentially what happens is you find this area and there is a altar that you need to get to craft your weapon, but you can't because it's blocked off by a dead furnace golem. So, you use furnace pots, bring them back to life, kill them, and that gives you access to the weapon. So, like I said, pretty cool hidden secret within the game. We will not be covering this for a little bit. I mean, it's not that far, a few episodes. We have Raw Base, and then, we're in Shadow Keep, and that's going to take us out to, kind of down the river to the Madness area. It's not far, but, it's not yet. That's kind of the thing. So as we go up, dogs, perfumers, and you're going to have a scarab kind of floating in the air. And that's what, we're really after. And all the way up top you got your camp. So the scarab will get on the way down, guys. It actually has quite a bit of range. You know what? Steak and biatches. Hate to burst your bubble. Psych. He's like, I'll get a new bubble. I'll burst that too, biatch. Please leave. Yes, thank you. You're dead. Alright. I love the arcane spells. Even if I've never done an arcane build as far as like weapons, the spells, but you only need 17 arcane and just they're cool as shit. I like that it just kind of stun locks in there like that. It's super dope. Shit. So there's a scarab. We need to drop him down. And as always, they are going to be on that time limit. So if he drops off the cliff, you cannot get to him in time. I need a bow, ain't I? No, that was quite impressive for that spell. I say this all the time, as far as like range, intelligence spells, they have a lot of range, while faith is more, your incantations are more like mid-range, if you will. But that actually held up alright. Rolling Sparks is a acid board for your perfume bottle that is, it used to be completely cracked. They had to nerf it. It was way too powerful when the DLC first came out. People were actually using that to take out the furnace golem. You hit it like twice and it'd stagger. It was fucking crazy. If that tactic still worked, you better fucking believe we'd be doing it. But it was nerfed. Still exceptionally powerful. Alright, so going on up, it's going to be your next fight. This is the Golden Hippo. Now, you guys have fought the Golden Hippo before. Over in Char's Hidden Grave, he gave us scatter tree fragments. You do not need to do a gesture. Good news is, if he kills you, the side of grace is right here. You cannot beat it. So if you can get Mimic out right at the start, like when you go in the first time that you actually encounter this boss, you have a second to summon. after that is placement's gonna be moved. It's like when the first time you run into the Millennium fight, like you're dead right. She's right on you right at the start. Then when you die and go back in, you have all the time in the world to get ready. Opposite here. So hopefully you get him first try. You've already seen his moveset. He's gonna come at you with his mouth wide open. Dodge something that's pretty fucked up. It's hard to get. Aside from that, he like slams his head down. That comes twice, and you're just really trying to utilize guard counters, stone barbed if you got it. But I mean, guard counters for sure. Then work on those dodge times. So I'm gonna try to summon immediately, but you don't have long, and then you gotta heal because if this gets you, you're fucked. Yeah, I've got it before. Look at that, big damage to this guy. I've got it before, but it's not easy. So most of the moves that's the same. He also has a spell that will shoot a lot of like spikes at you. Yep, so it's gonna rain all of these fucking like porcupines. Sometimes they'll like rain down for a minute. 1, 2. Oh, I took up my shield. Okay, shield. Good to see you guys, but the guard counter too. It's not that bad. Oh, even yeah, kind of bad for mimic, but you know. Shield to it. 1, 2. Guard counter. Late dodge there. Big hit, guard counter, yeah, and he's done. There you go. That's gonna get you a really dope incantation. The same thing he was just doing, aspects of the Crucible Thorns. So now you can throw your little porcupine spikes at everybody else. So with that, we're gonna go ahead and snatch up this side of Grace. I almost want to go ahead and complete Hornson's questline right now because you get a super good weapon that we could use for our build. With that being said, we got to start progressing through the castle, so I'll probably hold off on it. So as you see, you also got a little bit up on our levels as well. So from this point, before we progress anymore, we still have one optional area we're going to knock out, and that's around here. So this is your last region, but it's like on top of a cliff, right? Everything in green. So raw base, that's raw roots. So raw base is around that in the lower portion. So everything you see here in gray, all these woods, and that's what we're going to be doing next. Now, if you have followed along with the walkthrough, you guys have this side of Grace. That's why I tell you make sure you follow along. So we're going to go ahead, jump on over, and get ready for next episode. I told you this one would be kind of short. It's mainly just cleared some little loose ends out and wrapping up a quest line. So, with that being said, we are going to go ahead and wrap up here. Like I said, next episode will be raw base, which we should easily be able to do in one episode. Get your last forge done, your second of 3 catacombs done, and just get everything here knocked out. Because then all your optional content is wrapped up. I mean, you got Swilling Coast done, Charlotte's Head and Graves done, everything Graveside Plains done. We have, obviously, all this and Schedule Alt is done. All of your optional content over here, this is all done. So with raw base, the only thing left will be your Madness area, which you have to progress through Shadowkeep to get to. And then, obviously, you're going to have Jagged Peak, which is going to come after Shadowkeep because we need a painting. So after raw base, we're really just going to kind of work our way up to a point until we get to this hidden entrance. Take this down, clear up all that optional content. Then we'll probably just go ahead and jump over to Jagged Peak and then go back, finish up Shadowkeep, and then work our way through. Or we could just finish it all while we're here and then start knocking out our stuff. So I'll look at our notes, see what works best. But either way, that is the plan moving forward. So y'all stay tuned. Please subscribe for more walkthrough, and we'll catch you back here next time.